Hey everybody, welcome back to Vows and Voyages with moi, Josh, and her.
And me.
And me, Lydia.
Yeah.
Yes, sir. We are back with our sippy cups for those who are not watching but listening, because it is hot.
Yeah.
You guys, it's crazy. Just pray for an aircon in our house. Alright, anyway, we're back, and before we get back into it, we're gonna do a couple of shout outs, right? As per our newly found tradition here at Vows and Voyages. So yeah, baby girl.
You want me to start?
Yeah, boy.
Okay, so our first shout out is to Lunyanshi Moyani 5401. And Lunyanshi says, the level of vulnerability. Thanks for creating a space for honest conversation about marriage, and in a very healthy way. Some of us would have just been fighting first year. This level of comms. Well done, guys. All 1 hour you can talk if you want. Cat Williams has restored our attention span. I guess we have Cat Williams to say thank you to.
Yeah, we need to check out what he's talking about.
Yeah, but thank you so much for that encouraging post, Lulu. We really appreciate it.
Yeah, thanks so much. And Kathy Mumba says, I love the vulnerability and openness of this podcast. It's fast becoming my favorite podcast. Thanks, guys. Oh,
so sweet. Thank you so much.
Heart emoji to you.
Thank you so much, Kathy. Yeah. We see ya. Okay, so we're gonna get into today's episode, the third episode of our podcast. We're actually doing this and being consistent. How does it feel?
It feels good.
Yeah.
We must continue. we need this to continue.
Yeah, I agree. I definitely agree. So today we're going to ride off our last podcast. I don't know if it's the thing we'll be doing, but right now it's working. Where I think the last thing that you spoke about was relationships, and I think it was has something to do with where you place people in your lives, and it had to do with like seeking approval in people.
Yeah. So
yeah, we're just going to talk about relationships outside a man-woman relationship. Like you're dating, and then the relationships that surround that dating relationship, or you're married and the relationships that surround that marriage, because we don't want to limit it to marriage, also in dating, I guess. So I thought before we start I could read a scripture, which is at John 15 verse 12, which says, my command is this, love each other as I have loved you. Okay, so friendships. I was thinking we could start by talking about seasons of friendships, right?
Yeah.
Because I feel like every friendship goes through a season. I mean, we were dating and then we had friends, and now we're married and we have friends. How do you think your friendships have changed? What seasons have you seen from dating and in marriage? Did you see any need for change whilst we're dating, or has the change come in now? Yeah.
That question is loaded, baby.
I know, it's so many questions. Let's
start with so many questions.
Okay, let's just start with the different seasons in relation to our relationship.
The different seasons in relation to our relationship.
Yes. If that makes sense.
You should sit down with Oprah. Seasons in terms of seasons of friendships with others in relation to our relationship.
Yeah.
Okay. I think for me, like stuff has just kind of like dictated itself, you know.
Yeah.
Like I haven't had to intentionally say, oh, I'm gonna have to cut off this person because of ABCD, but I just kind of felt like the more our relationship was evolving, and getting to a point of, okay, now we're getting engaged and we're getting married, is the more the relationship was evolving and becoming more serious, the more I noticed a few friendships would just kind of fall off. And I guess it's kind of because like the shift in focus, because sometimes it's just like oh, there's this girl I met, or we're talking, and like that's kind of like a conversation that will just flow among certain friends, and oh, there's this girl, oh, how's it going with that girl? How's it? Oh, how's it?
Yeah.
But then now it's like the focus has just shifted. There's no longer I'm talking to, so there's this girl, and like, yeah, this is where we're going. So I feel like some relationships just kind of faded. Yeah, not necessarily being like, no, bro, we can't vibe anymore, so I'm cutting communication or whatever, but like it's just, they just kind of faded off. Yeah, now some of them, it was okay.
Yeah,
it's cool. But some of them, I think it's just, again, on my part of not being intentional about like just investing the time in that friendship. Which is something I've learned, and I guess I'm still learning. Is like, even in this season, I guess from the time like we just started like engagement and whatnot and everything, like I have to be intentional about friendships, and for me, it just kind of felt like friendships should just be, just easy going, just go with the flow. But yeah, it can't work like that forever. I have to be intentional about checking up on people.
That's so true.
And just making time to be there. It's not easy because I've never. Anyway, I'll get into that later. Talk some.
Yeah, that's very interesting, actually. And for me, the funny part is, as you were talking, what came into my mind was actually friendships with the same sex for me. I feel like that's what has changed a lot during us getting together. I feel like my friendships with the same sex friends is what has gotten like where some friends have dropped off and stuff like that. And for me, it also goes back to intentionality, but it also goes back to showing like the different seasons and how different seasons will bring out different sides of people. And when different sides of people are shown and it doesn't support what I'm building with you, then the friendship begins to drop off. Because at the end of the day, you want people that are there for you, like people that are pushing you together and like just have their best interests in mind for you. So I think it's okay to have certain friendships drop off. In the beginning, it was so hard for me. Like, I just wanted to hold on to every single friendship. But then it started taking a toll on us. Like, taking a toll, yes, but like it got to a state where I said, like, affecting you. And like, then I noticed that it's not mandatory that I have to hold on to every single friendship. So like,
can tell the people some examples.
So in relation to us, for me, it's been more of like the same sex friends. I don't know if I've had a lot of male friends, but like, especially during the times when things were so stressful in wedding planning and stuff, I think I had to make that choice of, okay, am I carrying on with this friendship in this way? Like, is it going to be a close-knit friendship, or is this just going to be like a distant thing? And it was hard, but I think I've truly come to terms with the fact that it's okay, right?
Truly.
So, the next thing I wanted us to talk about.
Just so you know, I cut off one of our friends.
Wow.
But then God is good.
Don't say that. I mean, I started with the issue of love, like God's command is to love one another, because I think that should be the center thing. Like, it's not that because the nature of the friendship has changed, the love is not there. Like, you still love and care and want the best. But then it also comes down to like the first priority, which is the person you're doing life with. Like, you want to build that, and if other friendships are not pouring into that, there's really no need to hold on to it.
I kind of wanted to like share a bit on my problems. So like like how I mentioned, like it's something like I'm not used to, like being intentional when it comes to like friendships and stuff. Because for me, like it's been so easy going, and I feel like to some degree how do I put this? I'll say everything revolved around me. Okay, now let me explain, like, without sounding snobbish.
Yeah.
But like, even like where we were staying, like it was just so central. So like people who would stay like Avondale, Woodlands, New Kasama, what, and I would stay like near Great East Road. Like, so every time someone is like around the area, it's very easy to just be like, oh, let's go check out let's go check. And like, you get used to that. Exactly, yeah. Like everyone is just like, oh, are you home? Oh, are you home? Hey, are you home? I by the studio. Hey, like, it was so easy for me. Like, and I think I got so used to that. And then now, I stay in the bush. Now, no one's gonna be like, oh, I'm in the area.
Yeah.
And so now it's about me being intentional, and now it looks like everyone else is kind of like in the centralness of life.
Yeah.
And now I gotta be like, oh, are you home?
Yeah.
Yeah, and I guess even just like life evolving, and now there's work, and we're trying to do certain things, and I'm married, and learning stuff with a whole human being is now like the intentionality has to be like super now. It's not like before I should have done it before, because now there would have been like a better chance. Now it's like like I really have to be like, bro, on Friday, what are you doing? Like that's how it really has to be scheduled to some degree,
and very intentional.
Actually,
I feel like not only to do with us like moving, but also just the fact that we're in a marriage now. A lot of things need to be intentional. And for me, for the first few months, it kind of felt weird also, because I just like after church, I'll have my friends, I just chill, I go to their house, we chill. And just recently, the same friends were like, let's meet up. And then I realized, like, actually, it's been a while since we've chilled. And it's so easy to let time go, because you're just so in the marriage and in the day-to-day stuff. Because now it's not as easy as you said. Like, you have to, like, be intentional about feeding those friendships, or else life gets lonely. Like, it's beautiful to have a partner, it's beautiful to have a friend, but you need those extra relationships to fuel you also. And so I wanted us to also speak about friendships for us, like having friends that are our friends. Because a little story time. I feel like when we got married, we were very much in our own world, which as it should be, because we were in our honeymoon. And we're just enjoying life and just being us. And it got to a point where like we didn't realize that we hadn't been spending time with people, and then we started feeling lonely. Like as a couple. There's such a thing as couple loneliness. We just felt so lonely.
Look it up.
We'll make our own dictionary. But we started feeling so lonely. We started feeling disconnected. We started feeling like other people going through certain things that we're going through. Like there was a big lack of connection. And so, do you have anything to say about friends for couples?
Keep going. They're doing the right thing. You're on the right track. Keep going. Keep talking. Okay, man. So I feel like I definitely agree. I can attest to that loneliness feeling. I mean, it's good, right? Like we're together, we spend 99.9% of our time together. Of our time together, and like it's a good thing. But again, like you said, like you just need other people around. And I think I had like one conversation with a guy who we're in the choice with the Easter musical drama thing. And it just started out like really just small talk, like, hey, I was married, yeah, it's so good. And like he just started asking to me small to my questions, like, oh, like what kind of thing I've seen that's irritating now, like who gets up early, and like and like I started to like just the same just answering, then this pet peeve, this guy, me, it's what I was like, so I'm not alone in this, because I feel like everything is so fresh, right, for us. And it's like, I don't know, because people don't usually talk about marriage things with people who are like just single and whatever. Because like, no, I want to understand. But yeah, so it's like everything is so fresh. You don't know, is this okay? That day she irritated me. Is it me who's just getting touched easily and whatever? Like, so everything is just so new. And just having a light conversation with someone was like, I'm safe, I'm fine, wow, this is good. Yeah, it just gives you that, okay, it's life, and we're doing it with other people. Yeah, and I think from there, I've had like different conversations with different people, but like you said, there's also those people who are like us, like they're our friends. We can open up to them about stuff, which I think is good. And I think I appreciate both. There's like the married people who you just bump into and you can just get some wisdom from there and go, and then there's those people who can walk with you. Like 4 crazy friends, as we were told, like the four people that carried the lame man and dropped him to be healed by Jesus. Like, you need those 4 crazy friends. We need those, like people that are just for you. Yeah, I was talking to Joseph, and I tell you about Joseph all the time. And in like that 1 hour conversation that we randomly just had. He had mentioned like him and his wife were like actively looking for an older couple who they can just walk with, and they can pour into them and stuff, like when they, even like if they need like stuff like counseling and whatever, like they can easily run to these people. And I was like, it shows that you are 3 years. It's showing. It's showing. Yeah, and like I remember just telling him like, I feel like I just need people. Like like I just need people to surround me. Like I need guy friends. I need married guy friends. Like I just need to be surrounded, because I could really feel again that void from engagement. Things is just focused. Married, now we've moved to a physically different location, and Zesco, is it? Yeah, I think so. Sorry guys. Yeah. Zesco did its thing. Zesco did the thing. Our sponsors, our lovely sponsors. So Power went, for those who don't know what Zesco is. Yeah. So Power went. You were talking about how you just felt that you needed people around you. Yeah, definitely needed people around me. I've really felt like the importance of having community. Yeah. For sure. So I guess, yeah. Okay, I want to ask one question though. And I don't know if anybody else feels this way, but I'll just put it out there in case the people that feel that way. In as much as we spend a lot of time together and it's fun and we need that community, do you ever feel that sense of jealousy when your partner is with, like, maybe hanging out with the girls, or never? Nah. I guess maybe because every time we hang out with the girls, I've had stuff to do. Unless, but yeah, no. Like I've had stuff to do. That feels like, okay, she's going to chill, and again, like I said, you spend 99%. We do. But I have found myself, like, especially in moments where in the past you would say that you need like friendships, or like you need to guys, or you need, like, I'd feel like, why? I'm all you need. Not that I'm all you need, but like I would be like, but why? And have that sense of, maybe it is a sense of like, is he looking for something outside me that I can't give him? But with growth, I've also just come to establish, like, everything that we've said here is that it's just a normal thing. Like, we need relationship, we need people. So I just wanted to mention that in case there's somebody who feels that way, like when your partner wants relationship it's not necessarily outside of what you have, because eventually it will come and fuel what you have. Exactly. So when your partner needs to chill with other people, point. Yeah, don't have that feeling of like, well, he should
have it all here, because we are relational human beings and we are built for relationship.
Yeah, I like that point of like the relationships that are not like your other relationships other than your marriage actually fuel you, right? And fuel your marriage. And I feel like they also kind of add to who you are as a person, right?
Truly.
Because you met this person with friends who would pour into them, and them, pouring into their friends. And that's the stuff that kind of makes them who they are.
Yeah.
And then now all of a sudden you're married, and then yeah, it's kind of weird. But yeah, I like that point of other relationships fueling you, and you're filled up and you're able to pour into your marriage. Yeah. I would say I haven't felt like jealous, but there was a day.
Yeah.
Yeah, and I feel like it just kind of got to me because it felt like we've made a plan to chill, and then now you're over chilling with your friends. Like, but then again, I sort of understand, because like you haven't seen them in a while, and you just know the chemistry amongst friends. You chat, you talk, you don't want to stop, you just continue. Yeah, so I mean, I get it, but yeah, I don't think I've had like a moment where I'm like, cheating. I'm your chill, please. Wow. I'm your chill.
Yeah. So we had to cut the episode a bit short because of our sad encounter with electricity, but we still hope you enjoyed this episode where we spoke about friendships, the importance of knowing the season of the friendship, if it's time to let it go or at least change the nature of the friendship, and the importance of having good friendships even as you're in a relationship to fuel you. And
so can I just say something?
Yeah, you can.
You need them.
Yeah.
You need them. Whether you are in a relationship with the most amazing person, like me, you will still need friendships and whatever.
Truly.
I remember Pastor Haley once said this. I don't know what that was, but it was at a Rema something.
Yeah.
And obviously, this is when she had just come back from the whole cancer treatment, and she's back and she's realizing all these things that she needs to cut down on. And anyway, she had an experience, right? I mean, obviously going through cancer is not easy. And there's something she said, and at the time, like, we weren't married yet, I think we were engaged. She said, like find people to talk to, and that might not necessarily be your spouse.
Yeah.
And in my head, I'm thinking, what do you mean? Not necessarily. Your spouse should be your go-to. The one you deal with everything.
Yeah.
But like there's just those moments you need to talk to someone, and that person might not be your spouse. Yeah. So like you definitely need those people. And then now imagine you're in a situation where your spouse is not the right person to talk to. I mean, you can talk to them, but like he just doesn't know how to address it and whatever.
Yeah.
And then like that's the only relationship you have.
Yeah.
Like you just feel stuck. You can start blaming your spouse for.
Yeah. And also just to add to that, it may be that you're going through it with your spouse, and so nobody has the best perspective because you're all in it together. Because like 100% of the time you're doing life with this person, and so like maybe both of you are going through it, or maybe whatever you're going through affects them in a way also, and they can't give you sound advice, and hence the needing to have good relationships.
Exactly.
Yeah.
So let us invest in those relationships together.
Yeah, let's do that.
Yeah.
Invest in people. Sorry that we keep on going, but like I think even during our wedding planning period, we saw how important it is to have people that are for you. Like people came through, people have been there for us, people encouraged us in more ways than one. Like having people is like such a big blessing. Like it makes you so wealthy to have good people and good relationships.
Yeah, and God uses people.
Yeah, definitely.
So if you cut off people, you're kind of cutting off God trying to reach out to you.
Truly.
Yeah, so embrace. Obviously, there's good and bad.
Yeah.
But there's more of good. Obviously, we apply wisdom. But yeah, we definitely need to invest in those relationships and those friendships. yeah, there's that thing that people say like invest in a relationship where someone pours into you. You invest in a relationship where it's like peer to peer, and then in a relationship where you're pouring into people.
Yeah.
It sounds good. I haven't yet fully applied it, so it just sounds like good advice, and I've given it to you as well. So yeah, oh snap. All right, guys. We can just hope that the sound was saved.
Thank you so much.
Thank you so much for watching and listening. Subscribe, like, let's go. Anyway, hope you enjoyed the episode regardless.
It's time to go. Bye.
Everything is just, anyway, thanks so much. Bye. Vows and Voyages.